Well, this is day 6 of our devotional series. We've been using a really helpful book called Unwrapping the Names of Jesus. Let's see, so far we've talked about how Jesus is, well, we talked first of all what the name Jesus means, salvation. We talked about how Jesus is called the resurrection and the life. He's the King of Kings. He's the light of the world, and what it means that he's the Christ, the Messiah. What the devotional book does, I think this is kind of neat. On the last day of each week, rather than just reading you something, they give us some suggestions for how to put what you've learned this past week into action, some activity suggestions. These are things you could do with your family. These are things you can do just individually. And let me just share some of these suggestions and maybe take one or two of them and put what you've learned into action. Of course, starts off with decorating around the house, decorating your Christmas tree together. And as you hang your ornaments, reflect and talk about how the evergreen tree, even a fake one like this, symbolizes life in the middle of winter, even as Jesus is the resurrection and the life. And when you glance at the twinkling lights, remember that Jesus is the light of the world, and he calls us to be shining lights in the darkness. And then consider how different ornaments, even Mickey Mouse ornaments, can remind you of the hope and the joy that Jesus brings to our lives. Another suggestion, and we're going to do this with our family, bake some cookies. Of course, I'm going to eat a few just to make sure they're good. But bake cookies for your neighbors or your mail carrier, your garbage collector, or those who regularly care for your needs and get little thanks for doing it. Bake some cookies and drop them on the porch of those folks. And of course, along with those cookies, write a personal card celebrating the birth of the King of Kings who was born for all of us, for the high, for the lowly, for all of us. Here's an interesting suggestion. Make Christmas cards for families in the NICU whose holiday season is filled with worry and grief. Pray that Jesus, the one who saves, may fill their hearts with hope. Another suggestion is to participate, and we've done this already with the shoebox program. Participate in an angel tree program. Buy gifts for needy children near you. And of course, we have a special project going on, our Thanksgiving tree. We've extended Thanksgiving this year, and we're going to ask everybody to take a tag or two from that tree. Each one represents a $10 gift or a $20 gift that helps buy a flock of chicks or a flock of ducks or a share of a goat. And what I like about that, the angel tree type gifts, they're nice, but they're just kind of one-time gifts, and the toys, probably don't last all that long. But these gifts that we're giving through the Heifer Project, man, they have such a lasting influence, they're a sustaining gift because they help families with things that go on. They have more chickens, they have more goats, and those chickens and goats, well, the chickens, not the goats, chickens provide eggs and the goats provide milk, and it's just an ongoing thing. And then just take one of these ideas, put it into practice, and really be ready to share the light